Hey guys, my name is Kelli-Marie and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be basically giving you a list of all the things that I no longer purchase unless they have completely run out. So main reason why I wanted to do this was because I actually enjoy watching these videos, especially the minimalism videos, and basically it's taken me on my own special journey as well. I'm kind of downgrading and downsizing all the stuff that I have at the moment because ever since I've been living in London, a series of unfortunate events have befallen me, essentially, and I discovered that basically I just have way too many stuff for what I actually use. So I've, in the process, been trying to get rid of things and giving them away, recycling them, using them up, and that's basically what I wanted to do with you guys. And this is just going to be part one of this series. Don't worry, I'll actually carry this on until the end, just because I find this whole minimalism, the idea, the lifestyle to be really interesting. I will begin. I have my little book in front of me, so I hope that you guys enjoy the video. And don't forget, if you did like the video, then don't forget to click the like button and click subscribe so you guys can keep up to date with my latest videos. So yeah, let's get started. So number one, the first thing that I actually truly stopped buying, and this started subconsciously actually, was makeup. I am not a person that usually wears makeup, and it wasn't because I didn't like makeup. I just most times either didn't have the time or I just didn't feel like doing it most times. Everyone has their insecurities, but for me makeup was never a big issue, mostly because I don't really have things like acne, and you know, for people who do have acne, I can understand it's like a getaway from, you know, being judged on daily, and it just makes people feel nice, and it does make me feel nice actually. As you can see, I'm wearing makeup and I really like it. I spend a lot of time on this actually, and that's another thing that does take away, it takes away a lot of times when you could spend time doing something else, you know, that was productive. But I do still have a lot of makeup on me, and that's the reason why I stopped buying makeup. I just have too much. To think off the top of my head, I probably have about 8 foundations. Some of them are duplicates because I bought them on sale, so I was just like, oh, I'm never gonna find this again. So I have 3 of the same foundations, just because they're so cheap and they were like my perfect match, and I'm like, oh my gosh, better get it before. And then come to realize a few months later, I don't even really wear that much foundation. As I said, I've just done it today for the camera and because I'm going out later on, but it's not something that I wear very often. It's not to say that I don't like them. I like my foundations. I have other things like makeup brushes. I have 3 sets of makeup brushes, and I think I only use one consistently every time, every day. And the rest of them, they're basically just sitting there. And it's not because I don't like them, but it's just, I just don't need to have all of this. Number 2, storage items. At the point when I originally moved to London, I didn't have any furniture at all. I basically bought all these plastic drawers, and I still have one actually, but instead I realized that because of the fact that I had so much stuff, having everything hidden away from you actually discourages you from realizing all the stuff that you do have. So I've kind of laid out all the stuff that I have, and that way I don't really forget basically that I have all the stuff I don't need anymore, because I'm going to need more storage, and that's just going to defeat the purpose of trying to make my life easier. So one of the things that I did is that I gave away a lot of my storage. So one of my it was like a drawer like this, and you can pull them each out. I think there was 4 different drawers inside the box, and it's just use it to store paper, food and stuff like that. And actually my colleague asked me that if I wanted it, and I said actually, because what they brought was a really good idea, because I work at animal hospital and it's a charity as well. They could use a lot of storage, and I'm like, why am I still hanging on to this? I'm like, yeah, take it, run with it, I don't care. And stop myself from thinking that, oh, maybe I will need it in the future. Really, I won't need it in the future, maybe, but at the moment I have a ton of storage. As you can see behind me, I have a walk-in closet, I have another shelf up on top, I also have a desk over to the side, I have storage inside the actual bed, one of those huge pull-out drawers, and I have 2 of them in the bed. So I'm like, I really do not need all the storage. So yeah, I donate a lot of things. I use them in my dispensary when I'm taking meds around to get checked. I put them in the box and I take them around, so I no longer have a lot of storage at home. So number 3, one of the things that I will no longer really be purchasing is clothes. Like, I had way too many, and I've kind of actually limited to just one suitcase full of like all my clothes, and I also limited so I could fit my bedclothes into that one suitcase as well. The first thing that I would no longer be buying in terms of clothes. Shoes are another thing that I no longer really purchase. At the moment I have about 3 different pairs of boots. I have 2 like kind of block heels, they're like mules I think they're called, and I have 2 pairs of like flat shoes. I also have 3 pairs of trainers. The trainers are specifically for work, because I have to wear them at work, and I don't wear them outside of work, unless it's like like my casual one, like my Skechers. My Skechers are really comfortable and I go for running them sometimes. But for the other ones, those are specifically kept at work, because I do a lot of dirty work when I'm actually at work. How much times am I going to actually say work? Because I work with animals, you handle a lot of like feces, like urine, blood, and all that really disgusting stuff that you might tread in at work. And those are not the kind of things that I really want to keep at home. And yeah, I leave them at work and I only keep one at home. The next clothing item that I rarely ever purchase ever again are jackets. I probably have about 15 jackets. I don't have them on me at the moment. I leave most of them down at my dad's, and every time I go back I kind of think to myself, don't really like that jacket anymore, can't see myself ever wearing that jacket anymore. That can go, and we send them basically to the charity shop along with all my other like tops and stuff that I no longer wear if they can't fit me anymore. Number 4, I no longer buy bags. My family has bought me enough bags to last me for the next 30 years. I have about 6 bags that I currently use, and when I say currently use, I use them like almost every day. I do a rotation, and usually bags for me, the reason why I don't like really give away the ones that I really love is because I use them so often, and I find that bags express your mood and things like that, so I don't really give it away of such. But I've given away all the other ones that I just really don't need, or the ones that are broken. I recycle the fabric, which you can do. We have certain kind of like areas where you can go and dump like fabric, and then they reuse the items and use it for charity. So that's another thing that I really just don't keep a hold of anymore, except for the ones that I really love. The 5th kind of items that I would no longer purchase anymore are tech items. And I'm saying tech items like phones, like expensive phones, like newer laptops, like cameras and stuff, unless the ones that I have are currently broken. I currently have a phone, it cost me like £279, and it was definitely like breaking like the budget for me, but at the same time I knew that I wanted a phone that has all of those kind of things that kind of made life easier, and that's the most I was willing to go over on a phone. I'm not gonna ever think of getting like an iPhone or like a Samsung like X or whatever. I don't even know which one's which anymore, because there's so many types that I just can't keep up. But I'm not really that interested in buying all this expensive stuff, especially when it's coming from my pocket. Fair enough, if I win it, then I would be so happy, but at the same time it's just I just don't need all of these techie stuff. I have my phone, I have my main laptop where I can like have entertainment, play games and stuff like that. I have my tablet, which I take on holiday with me. I don't take my laptop on me, so that's why I bought the tablet separate. And I have a camera, and most of these things I actually have insurance on, so if they break, I just take them to get fixed. I don't think of upgrading them or like trashing them and then getting like a newer one. I just keep them, fix them, and then use them all over again. And actually, when you think about it, like so many of these things do not cost this much money to basically make, and it's just basically you're just getting duped into buying really expensive stuff that really they just don't need to be that expensive. Not saying that people don't work hard to make them, I'm just saying that, you know, you probably could do some of the same things with things that are less expensive and last longer. So yeah, that's the reason why I no longer buy tech items. The sixth item that I will no longer repurchase unless I completely run out are skincare items and hair products. So basically, over the past few years, I've accumulated so much. I've also gone out and bought like things, even though I knew I had at home, I still went out and bought them. And now I'm at this point where I'm kind of like, I really just, you just don't need all of this stuff. Like, your skincare routine can be simple and efficient at the same time. I think I've limited now to like 2 shampoos and 2 conditioners. One big one where I keep at home, wash my hair and stuff like that, and I have like a small like bottle where I refill from the bigger bottle, and I take those ones on holidays with me because they come in those little small like under 100 ml bottles, and it makes it really easy. When those ones run out in the small bottles, then I'll start refilling from the big bottle. But at the moment they're 2 different shampoo and conditioner, and yeah, really simple. Most important thing for me is moisturizing, and I just don't need all that extra stuff in my life. When I run out of moisturizer, then I will actually go out and I will buy it. Like, it's not gonna hurt me, and it's actually saving my wallet as well. So the next item on the list that I will no longer repurchase are nail polishes, nail polish remover, and cotton buds, unless I really like want to. But I really don't think I will. Currently have a lot of nail polishes at the moment. I've limited them down now to about 8, and I rarely ever use all of them. I have one that I use, and those are only on my toes, and that's because I work in an industry where I cannot wear nail polish. So I rarely ever wear nail polish on my fingernails, because I work in a hospital, and that's obviously not hygienic sometimes. If it strips off and it falls into things that it's not supposed to, I will wear it on my toes, and only when I'm on like a long-term holiday. I don't even wear it on the weekends. And yeah, I'm not too bothered, to be honest. Like, I like my nails the way they are, and just taking care of them and getting like good nutrients into my body, and that's really all that really matters. So that's another thing that I won't be repurchasing. Number 8 is buying perfume. I won't be buying any more perfume for a very long time. I have about 5 perfumes on me. They're quite big bottles as well. Some of them actually are gifts. I think I have 3 of them which were gifts from my cousins. And yeah, like, perfumes are another thing that I really just don't use on a daily basis, to be honest. Sometimes I'll spray myself and sometimes I'll forget. And sometimes I just feel like going like just natural. And just having like my soul gives me enough perfume. It's like rose water, and it smells really nice. And that's just another thing that I just don't really use on a daily basis, and sometimes I can find it to really irritate my noses. How much noses do I have? It can really irritate my nose sometimes, so that's why I kind of stop myself from really purchasing perfumes, because I don't really use them on a daily basis. Even the ones that I do have at home at the moment, and I really like the ones that I have at the moment, but to be honest, I don't use them so often, so I won't really buy them. And even sometimes it's really hard to find the right perfume that don't really like burn your nose off. So that's the main reasons why I don't really buy perfume anymore. So the next item that I will no longer be repurchasing are like plastic sanitary items, like tampons, like pads and stuff like that. And I've actually found another alternative that works really well, and I purchased some that were made from fabric. I've heard some like whispers about things like that, but I didn't actually know this was a thing. And I looked online and I found some of them were really expensive, but I found some of them that were actually really affordable, and I bought 2 of them to try them out at home, and they worked really well. I'm quite surprised, and actually I was so worried about like stuff like how would I be able to reuse this, but turns out washing them with your normal clothes after giving them rings, of course, is actually like works well. And this is for people like, it can suit people who have like a heavy flow as well, and it just worked really well. I was so surprised, so I would actually repurchase some more of those fabric ones, just because I only have 2 at the moment. And the good thing is that when you wash them, they can dry in about a day, so the next morning when you get up to use them, you can use them again. Yeah, check them out. I think they're really worthwhile, and actually they save your money and they also save the environment, which is 2 super cool things. So yeah, definitely recommend. The next and final item that I will rarely ever repurchase unless they've completely just ripped apart, completely disintegrated, are bedclothes. And when I mean by bedclothes, I mean like duvet covers and like sheets and stuff like that, because I actually have 2 sets of duvets and 2 sets of sheets and stuff like that. And actual fact, like I really take care of them, make sure I put some softener in there, make sure I don't like wash them like too high. So I've had like this like duvet that I'm currently sitting on for about 2.5 years, and I really love it. But I don't really need so much. I don't like, all you need is 2 sets. If one of them's dirty and you need to wash it, then you have another set that you can put on and wait till that set is like washed and dried, and that's really all you need. I don't find the need to buy like 10 different duvet covers, 10 sheets, 10 pillowcases. And it's really important as well when you are buying like these kind of items to buy them like so they're really sustainable, so that even if you wash them like 20-30 times, that they're not completely disintegrated in the wash, and that you can keep using and using till the end of their life. Yeah, that's the end of my list. And wow, this is kind of like an eye-opener for me to just realize how much stuff you have. And basically I just try to downsize a lot of things, and the more I downsize, the more I realize just how much stuff I could do with that, and it's just made my life so much easier. I haven't really actually gone the way of Marie Kondo and doing all that organizing and like piling and stuff. I've just basically done it my own way, and that was true just basically watching like YouTube videos and basically just seeing how happy people were with less items, and through that I found my own happiness as well. And moving as well, when I moved to this last place, it's just been so much easier to get things moving, easier to pack, easier to shuffle things. I went on the bus for all my stuff. I didn't need a taxi to transfer anything, and that just made me so happy. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope that you guys really enjoyed the video, and don't forget to click the like button if you did, and click the subscribe button so you guys can keep up to date with my latest videos. Yeah, so thank you guys, and take care.